What's good, everybody? It's your boy Retro, and I'm back with another video. Today we will be talking about the main event of SummerSlam, or speculated to be the main event of SummerSlam, which is the tag team match with Roman and Jay versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now, this conversation has put the wrestling world in a frenzy. Essentially, like, people are like very sensitive about it. People have found reasoning behind all this, considering, this is Roman Reigns that we're talking about. This isn't some random person that's from AEW that we're talking about. No, this is Roman Reigns. He is one of the biggest draws, biggest box office attractions in WWE right now, and nobody is doing it like him. So if anybody deserves a main event, it is him, no matter what type of match it is. But at the same time, we have to think that CM Punk and Gunther should be the main event. I mean, if we think about it, it is a world championship match. CM Punk earned it. CM Punk doesn't really get the main event that many shows, and people think it's the rightful spot. And on top of that, people have been hinting at this match for the longest time. Hell, people wanted CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble and face Gunther at WrestleMania. So it's kind of just like, why can't this be the main event? Especially in a sense to where, this match has been building up for the longest time. But then you go on the other side again and you look at it from the spectrum of, Roman, has been having this rivalry with Seth for the longest time. Like, he has been wanting to get his hands on him, but unfortunately Seth is injured, and he needs some people to take his anger out of. And who better to do that than the Brawns? This has more of a story behind it than all the other matches that's happening in night one. And it would only be, well, I'm speaking from the perspective of the people who's on Roman's side of this thing. It's only right that he does main event, considering, he just sold out like the biggest Raw potentially this year. Like, this is the most anticipated and probably most watched Raw of all time. Like, well, not of all time, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, and I showed y'all the stats in the last video. Like, Roman, is definitely one of the biggest draws in wrestling today. Like, he had 53 million people around the world that watched his return, like, that viewed his return. So it's like, why not have Roman main event, especially in the case to where they got Jey Uso in there, and how over Jey Uso is with the eating and stuff. And then on top of that, the idea of Roman versus Braun in the ring together, facing each other, is a perfect idea. But then on the other side, CM Punk claims to be the best in the world, has been chasing that world championship for over a year now, and he is entitled to a main event of SummerSlam Night 1. Considering he won a gauntlet match, he did what he needed to do. The story is there. Gunther says he's the best in the world. CM Punk embodies being the best in the world. So why can't this be the main event? Like, Roman has had enough main events on enough pay-per-views. But the one I did disagree with was when he main evented Bad Blood last year. Now, let's be real. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes did not need a main event Bad Blood. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre did with that Hell in a Cell match, because it was the only match that had a true story behind it. Like, I get the fact that, Solo Sikoa and Roman have the history, and then Cody was fighting Solo at the time. Like, I get that from that aspect. But at the same time, like, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk was the rivalry of the year all 2024. So that was the one match that I thought did not need a main event, and I thought that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre was the perfect main event for that show. So could this be a sign of just favoritism on Roman Reigns' end? Or could it just be CM Punk not drawing enough attention to his match and nobody really caring as much? Because at the end of the day, you need to make people engage. You need to make people feel. Roman Reigns has been great at doing that for the past 4 years. Like, he just had one of the greatest championship reigns of all time. So he is entitled to kind of whatever he wants. But CM Punk fighting for a world championship and having that dynamic he has, like, with the fans, and You know what I'm saying? CM Punk fighting for a world championship and stuff like that. Like, nobody wants to see that more than that. Especially in the case where we had Seth Rollins potentially cashing in on CM Punk at SummerSlam. Because I don't know if y'all heard or not, but LA Knight was scheduled to beat Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And then it was probably scheduled to, you know, have him cash in on CM Punk at the end of the night. And those plans changed, and they were potentially trying to pull a WrestleMania 31 at SummerSlam. Because if we all remember, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins fought at WrestleMania 31 before Seth did his cash in. And Randy Orton ended up beating Seth Rollins. And then Seth Rollins went on the end of the night to have one of the greatest cash-ins, if not the greatest cash-in of all time. So maybe they could have had a change of plans, considering the fact that, you know, Seth is now injured and he's kind of out of the picture when it comes to SummerSlam and just the whole story with Roman Reigns right now. We don't know how severe the injury is anyway to make any assumptions yet. But I still am kind of questionable about the injury and just its integrity, because we have yet to hear about an MRI, you know, how damaging it is. We have yet to hear anything about any doctors about, or from Seth himself saying that how bad the injury is. Hell, he literally said on a talk show that they were going to find out like that week what they were going to do and how severe the injury was, and we still have no update. So I still have some questions in the back of my head, but at the same time, the possibility of, you know, Seth cashing in at SummerSlam is a bit, you know, small. So it might have been a change of plans from the main event, and considering it is Roman Reigns, but, you know, CM Punk and Gunther were probably originally scheduled to main event, but since the aspect of Seth Rollins, you know, being out and having this injury, you know, maybe the plans might have gotten, maybe they may have gotten changed. Essentially, was what I'm trying to say. Like, we really do not know what the whole shtick is, but at the end of the day, we have to take into consideration that this is Roman Reigns, and he is the biggest box office attraction in WWE, and, you know, it is what it is. But thank you guys for watching this video. I know I've been out for a long time. It's just, well, not a long time, maybe for a few days, but I've had a lot going on in real life. Everything's been such a blur, and just it just clogged up my mind a lot, and I really did not have the inspiration to upload that this week or sometime last week. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to get this video out for y'all to kind of give my opinions on the main events or just the controversy that's sparking up online. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Love y'all, and I will see y'all soon.